We all know what we go through individually, but when you just see random people passing by you, bro, when they don't say the things that are wrong with them, you just don't assume that there's anything wrong. Even though you know common sense wise everybody goes through something, you just know your whole life you worried about your joint and your joint only, right? You like, man, I'm going through a lot. Hey, my nigga, you doing good? They're like, yeah, I'm doing good. All right, cool. And you don't even question it. When realistically everybody got their own demons and battles that they facing, bro. But it's really just crazy to think that I don't even see people as real people sometimes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be telling me about they like things that they got going on in their life, and I'm like, bro, I didn't ask for your backstory. I'm ready to skip your cutscene. Like, I look at it as a game almost, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little disconnected, I think. Gen Z is too numb to feel anything. Video by Ty Buggy Podcast, man. Gen Z, I am Gen Z, and I do be feeling like I'm numb. Not all the time. I mean, I will say that I don't feel present all the time, but I don't feel numb at all because my emotions, I'm very susceptible to them. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I do be feeling like I'm not very present, which is something I feel like could be a parallel to the topic of this video, which is why I clicked on it. And I'm very interested to see why my nigga got this caption. Life is not always worth living. Are you okay, my nigga? I certainly hope so. Let's go find out what the vid, man.
Life is not worth living every day. As a person that has dealt with a severe case of depression since last October,
I want to have such a great life so bad that every day I'm not there. It feels like a prison. My thoughts eat away at me.
I was talking to my friend last night, and we were having a conversation about the throes of life, you know, the mortal coil, social happenings or whatnot. And it really bugs me that you can't have a conversation with more people about like how displeasing life is. And I'm not talking about going on the internet and having like a fucking forum style discussion about how much we all hate, you know, the social condition and the state of our society, all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just being able to sit down and be like, damn, this shit really suck, and I'm tired of dealing with it. Like something she had said that like really stuck with me, and I've been saying this for a long time. And usually when I say it to other people, they look at me like I'm crazy, but like I agree. And basically what she said was, she's like, if this is as good as life gets, like in the current state of society is with inflation, with all this rampant racism, and basically everybody being dumb and as insensitive, and the lack of accountability on pretty much every aspect of everything. If this is how good life gets, why would I want to be here? This is not me saying I want to die, but this is me saying if life does not get any better than my current life right now, if there's no upwards progression, like if I do not find a way to make more money, or if basically being able to enjoy life does not become more accessible, like I have to work 40 hours a week at a stressful job for the next 40 years.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do that? Somebody explain that to me. How am I tripping for saying that I don't want to do that in my life? I'm older.
Definitely not, bro. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like anybody wants to do that, but people place limitations on themselves. So they're like, oh, I can't possibly do anything other than this. So I'll just do this for 40 years. And that be their life. You know what I'm saying? Other people didn't have the opportunity. Like back in the day, we didn't know about things like investing, starting your own business, becoming a content creator, streamer, rapper, entertainer, all that stuff, right? NBA player, shit. Niggas didn't have as many options as we do now, so I can't fault them. But people nowadays are already buying into that shit. I'm kind of like, really? My nigga, really? You know what I'm saying? And I be getting back and forth with it. I be getting caught up in my head like, hey man, is this worth it? Am I really going to be able to make this shit work? But my nigga, I'd rather die than not try. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because I be getting so caught up in this shit. I be thinking about everything that I'm stressing over, everything that takes up mental toll in my head on the day-to-day basis. But I'm like, my nigga, once I die, none of this shit will matter. So I'm gonna live my life how I want to live it.
Enough to know that that's not something I want to do. I know I'm not fulfilled. It's really tough to like maintain social connections with people because everybody is so insufferable. Like so many people don't know how to handle adversity, critique, you know, get feedback from people. Even the people they say they care about, they can't receive criticism from them. And you mean to tell me that I got to go through the rest of my life dealing with these people in every aspect, in every area of my life? Tell me why I would want to do that. Don't really make sense. That's not fun. That does not seem enjoyable. But I have to because the world says so. Make it make sense, bro.
My biggest piece of advice for that, brother, first thing I'll say is I understand. You know, with the news and all of these things that's going on socially, with social media, people not talking the way they used to talk, people working these jobs just to find out, like, wow, I'm going to work this job and then I can't even live off of my pension. I'm not God, so I can't answer everybody's problem, but I hope this video helps somebody. Stop repeating the thing that is pissing you off. The thing that is making you mad that is mandatory, make sure that you're making it a means to an end. And I'm not only talking about a job. I'm not only talking about money. I'm talking about in general. Whether it's people that you're dealing with, whether it's social media that you're consuming that's bringing you down, like be aware of all of these things throughout your day, because these small microcosms of our day is causing us to feel very flat when that's not our natural states.
Life is not worth living every day. As a person that has dealt with a severe case of depression since last October, I can honestly say every day I do not want to be here. Some days I just be like, bro, if I could choose to be here or not, be born or not, I would not be born. And of course, there's other days I'd be like, oh man, I'm so happy I'm here. I'm glad that I get to experience this thing with this person. But yeah, like I said, every day is not worth living.
Nobody ever talk about how hard it is to follow God when you're tired of life. Like when you're tired of living. Like not even on some like wanting to take my life stuff or nothing like that, but I'm just tired, bro. Like life is so heavy. There's so many burdens, right? Like you get up out of the bed in the morning and you know you got so many responsibilities. You being pulled in so many different directions. You got so many different people you got to be there for and take care of them, right? But how can you be there even for yourself, right? So many different obstacles and hurdles, right? That you have to wait in anticipation for or that you have to deal with, right? There's so many different things you got to spend money on. It's like you leave out of your house door and that's minus $200 just because you breathe fresh air, right? Like, why does nobody talk about how hard it is to follow God when you're tired of?
And it's crazy, bro, because life didn't used to be so complicated, I don't think. Back during the caveman, I talk about cavemen a lot. I don't know why I keep bringing it back to these niggas, but bro, when you was a caveman, all you had to worry about was food and shelter, my nigga. I'm pretty sure that was it. Get you a little ting, you cracking on the side. My nigga, that's life, boy. You doing your big one, nigga. But now you gotta worry about all this other shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to think about it. Like, that's the thing. I be getting anxiety just thinking about everything I need to do at the beginning of the day. And that's when I don't enjoy those things. But even when I do enjoy them, just thinking about them, it's like, oh, I gotta do this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just gives me unnecessary anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely relate to what my boy is talking about right now.
And I know people go through this, so many more people, right? But it's like everybody want to try to act like they got it all figured out, or people want to, you know what I'm saying, be too ashamed to just tell people they tired. But it's like, we need to talk about this. Like, how do you follow God when you're tired? Like, how are you supposed to follow somebody when you don't even want to move? You don't even want to get up out of the bed. You just want to rock. You just want to sleep.
That's heavy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I already know it's going to be the people saying, like, man, look how blessed your life is, right? Like, people would give anything to be in your shoes. And I'm not trying to say that I'm not grateful. I'm so thankful for the life I have. But just because I've been blessed with things, that doesn't mean that I don't go through stuff.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm tired. You can be tired with money. You can be tired with possessions. You can be tired while you have a good support system around you. Like, Jesus was tired. Like, when I think about Psalm 22, right, that basically prophesied the crucifixion of Christ, it talks about how Christ felt. It felt like he was poured out like a glass of water, like all of his bones were out of joint, right? It talks about how his tongue was stuck to the roof of his mouth, just in the dryness of his mouth, like a potsherd, right? It talked about how, like, he felt like, God, my God, why have you forsaken me, right? Like, he just felt so surrounded and attacked by life. It was just such a heavy burden. Like, so I know it's nothing wrong with being tired, because that's what this life does. It saps you of your energy. It robs you of the life that God wanted you to experience. And I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm not tired. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. Like, I'm tired, fam. I'm tired, bro. It's heavy out here, man. It's heavy.
And it's crazy because my dog, he's not really going into exactly what about his life is making him tired, but we all know what we go through individually. But when you just see random people passing by you, bro, when they don't say the things that are wrong with them, you just don't assume that there's anything wrong. Even though you know common sense wise everybody goes through something, you just know your whole life you worried about your joint and your joint only, right? You're like, man, I'm going through a lot. hey, my nigga, you doing good? They're like, yeah, I'm doing good. All right, cool. And you don't even question it. When realistically, everybody got their own demons and battles that they facing, bro. But it's really just crazy to think that I don't even see people as real people sometimes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be telling me about they like things that they got going on in their life, and I'm like, bro, I didn't ask for your backstory. I'm ready to skip your cutscene. Like, I look at it as a game almost, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little disconnected, I think.
Heavy out here. And I already said, you have to follow God on top of the heaviness. Like, what are you supposed to do when you sitting next to your Bible and you can't pick it up and read it? What are you supposed to do when all you got to do is hit your bedside, close your eyes and pray, but you can't? Then what? Right? Because everybody a Christian when it's all going good and when it's sunshine and rainbows. But what about when it's like you're walking around on E? The tank is on E. Then what? Then what?
That's
You know? Like, for my brothers and sisters across the world that's going through this, or you've been there, just know you ain't alone, man. There's a lot of people out here trying to act like they always got it all figured out, man. Maybe they
Yeah,
do. I don't know. But it's
they
not
don't.
like that for me. I go through a lot. I struggle with a lot. On top of the spiritual warfare you got to go through on top of that. Because you really trying to live for God out here. You know? And it's like, I'll never deny the fact that God is still good. I still got breath in my lungs. I'm still blessed. I'm still thankful. For real. I'm not like gonna give up on my life or nothing like crazy like that, but I'm not gonna also avoid the fact that I'm tired, you know? But when I do think about how Christ was tired, yet he still persevered, I think about the spirit that drove him. You know, I know it's possible, right? I know that I gotta lean on my support system. I know I gotta get in the Bible anyway. I know I gotta pray anyway. I know that that comes with this life, but also like, I guess I'm just making this video because I want somebody to know that's going through this right now that you're not alone. You are not alone. You're not alone. If you've been too tired to get in your Bible, if you've been too tired to pray, if you've been too tired to talk to God, if the only thing you've been able to do is just like exist, you ain't alone. I feel you. And I felt you multiple times in my life.
But before we get into that, I found a way that y'all could make some
Amen.
side hustle money on your phones.
Amen.
But I say it's worth
Bro,
the try.
nah, I ain't even gonna hate. Get your paid, my nigga. Let's continue on with the vid.
I have such a great life so bad that every day I'm not there. It feels like a prison. My thoughts eat away at me, no matter how
Oh
much.
yeah, you know this nigga going through. He's sitting on the swing. Y'all see them chains? I think that's like, you know what I'm saying, the size of the swing that you be going on. Yeah, bro. This nigga going through it. Clear your conscience, brother.
I'm in the Word, no matter how I try to correct those thoughts with good thoughts and supportive thoughts or Bible verses, whatever it may be, and no matter what, you just feel weak. And your mind just challenges you like you're never going to get there.
Yeah.
I just think it's really important to understand that you're not always going to feel good. You're not always going to want to work, to go to the gym, to have a good attitude. And those are the most important times where you discipline yourself into not letting those things win, not letting the outside factors win,
Yeah.
not letting those thoughts win.
It's really crazy, bro, because a big thing for me is not allowing myself to identify with my thoughts, because the thoughts that appear in your brain, you think they're your thoughts because they're coming from your brain. So you think it's coming from you because your brain is yours. So it's your thoughts coming from you, right? When, like he said, don't let the thoughts win. That's to assume that you're going against the thoughts, which suggests that they're not of you. They're separate from you, right? To a degree. But I feel like, bro, it's so hard sometimes to not identify with your thoughts, because your thoughts directly influence how you feel. And when you feel something, that becomes your reality. What emotion you're feeling in that moment, you're like, this is my whole world right now. Right? And you don't control the thoughts that come into your mind, but you do control how you entertain them, how you react to them. But before you know it, you've gone down a whole spiral just because of this first thought that you had. And you're so used to thinking a certain way that you don't even question it. It's nothing out of the ordinary, so you don't even recognize the pattern that you're doing right now, my boy. And that's a huge thing. I feel like if we're able to separate ourselves entirely from our thoughts, bro, or at least only choose to entertain the thoughts that we want to entertain, even when those thoughts have us feeling a certain way against our will, like we didn't even choose to have this thought and now we feeling this way about this thought, it just feels bad, bro. Because when you feel a certain emotion, you start telling yourself thoughts about that emotion, and that further feeds into the emotion. It's just like, oh my God, bro, when does it end? And then I try to undo it actively in the moment, and it just doesn't work. But when I just accept it as a natural part of the process and realize that it's not me, and at the end of the day, I can still choose to do whatever I want to do, even despite how I'm feeling, that gives me power. It gives me encouragement. It gives me, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it gives me, like, you know what I'm saying? It gives me hope. It gives me like all that good stuff, right? And yeah, bro, it just takes a lot for me to train that practice, but when I'm able to do it and I just let go and accept everything about myself, that's when I start feeling good, bro. Because it's never the action. In my case, the things that I obsess over, the things that I do that make me feel, give me certain emotions or make me nervous or whatever I'm obsessing over for that day. Yeah, it's never the action itself that is the bad thing. It's just the thought that I tell myself about it. It's the thinking pattern. It's the story that I tell myself about it, right? So when I don't tell myself the story, or when I actively butt in and tear the pages out the book, when the story's writing itself and I write that drum myself, you feel me? Yeah, bro. It's like, oh yeah, you valid for feeling this way, but no, nigga, that's not reality, my nigga. This is reality. Why is it reality? Because I said so, nigga. Indeed, it's my world. You just living in it, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Indeed. So yeah.
I just cried my eyes out. I'm on a swing right now on a freaking playground all by myself.
I knew it.
In the middle of the night.
We praying for you, brother.
9:30 on a Friday night. Having a tough time. But I'm also super grateful for these moments because I know it's temporary. I know there's going to be a time where I am winning and when I have everything I ever dreamed of and I earned it and I made it through these parts and I'll be able to help somebody who's in my shoes during their life, and I can relate to them and let them know that it does get better. They will win. This is why I do it. Like, I dream so big. I could be so average. I could go get a normal job, could go have a nice, consistent income every month, make mama happy, make the wife happy, something's consistent. But that's not me. I want the best. I want the hardest. If it's hard, I want it. And that's the
Pause, my nigga. Pause.
difference. Just keep going, never give up, and be real. Nobody talks about the hard part.
We have this saying in the military that you have to embrace the suck. Embracing the suck was such a WTF moment.
Pause.
Well, the first time I heard it in the military, but it's something that I hold on to till this day. And the reason why what embrace the suck to me means is like embrace the hard parts of the process. Embrace that. Enjoy that. They didn't say embrace the success. They didn't say embrace the outcome. Embrace the bigger picture. They didn't say that. No, they say embrace the suck. And I believe that when I changed my mind and started to see life like a game of what is life demanding of me right now. It also says it in this book that I have, Man Searches for Meaning. Y'all should definitely pick up that book. I'll tag that book to this video. In every phase of our life, there is some type of demand life is asking from us. And it's not always about bills and it's not always about your job. Sometimes that thing that life is asking from you is something eternally. And when I think about the videos that I do now, and I think about when my friends call me and I'm able to give them an answer, all of the pain or the suffering or experiences that I've had, that suck that I was going through in that moment, all had a purpose. It's just that when we're going through what we're going through and we're crying the tears, and it's okay to cry. It is okay to feel how you feel. Just know that this is a season. This is a moment. These moments shall pass too. And then one day you'll look back and be like, I remember when I was down and I watched this video and it just changed my perspective on everything that I was going through. I'm so glad that I went through that season because it made me stronger. When you think about working out, most people don't like to work out is because you have to embrace the suck. You really have to embrace a suck. while you're working out. You're lifting weights when your muscles are done. But anybody that could tell you about bodybuilding or improving your body, you have to push past the point of comfort.
Yeah.
So you have to embrace the suck in order to grow. Life is the same exact way. So to anybody that feels like life has no meaning or life is losing meaning for you, this is a season. This is a season for you to learn what is meaning. Because meaning to you may be the meaning that people have been giving you. Now that's empty. Meaning and purpose may be the purpose that the news is giving you. These are the things you should be focused on. Maybe what your mom and your dad told you should be focused on. But what is meaning to you? What gives you the feeling of purpose? What is the one thing about yourself that you have not expressed, but you know you find grandeur in this thing? Think about my time when I went through like my real bad anxiety breakdown and I was in my house by myself and I was all alone and I was going through it. I remember talking to a therapist and the therapist was just like, can you describe how you feel? And I was like, in the easiest words that I had at the moment, I don't really understand why people are laughing. I don't really understand why people are smiling. What is there to smile about? And I meant that because every smile for me felt forced. It felt like I'm just doing this because this is the socially accepted thing in this moment. But what is there really to smile about? What I had to learn is that those feelings that I was having, although it seemed so surface, like what is there to smile about? There's so much bad going on in the world. No, I was taught to feel like that. There was something that happened to me where my perspective got shifted and my enjoyment went out the window. Because to all of our cores, our natural state is actually enjoyment. So once I started reading books, and I'm about to give y'all a quote from a book that I always talk about in my videos. And that book is called Don't Believe Everything That You Think. This just
I was at that book by the boy Joseph Nguyen, the book. I think that's the
how strong a perspective is. For a lot of us, we're not even living in our natural state, which is enjoyment, which is peace. But I want to do a
it definitely is that book. I remember reading about that.
With you. I want you to try this out as you're watching this.
No, don't steal that nigga technique as your own. Come on, give credit, boy. Do that real quick for me.
I want you to think about the dream life that you want. Imagine yourself actually being.
Oh no, yeah, this sound original. My fault, Ty. Go ahead, my nigga. My fault. Go ahead.
Place. Imagine you being there. And just see it. Just whatever pops up in your head, just say it out loud. I have love around me. I'm a married man. I feel great. My body looks wonderful. I have health. I see my grandkids running around. Like whatever pops up in your head, say that thing out loud. Now, I want you to think about what you have to do to get it. Now, the thoughts that come to your head, well, I got to find a woman. And once I find a woman, then I could, vet her out. I hope she's going to be a good. So it's the thinking that is the problem.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the thinking that's stealing away the peace, the enjoyment that's originally inside of you. That small practice of understanding the difference between thinking and thoughts.
Yeah.
That first answer that popped up in your head was a thought. That is something you didn't ask for. It just popped up in your head.
You don't put no limit on that motherfucker, boy. That's your higher self talking to you, right? But the realistic version of you, the one that's meant to survive and stop your ass from dying and taking risks, you know what I mean? That's where the thinking come into place, because you like, oh, how realistic is it? I gotta do all these things, man. All this long list of shit to get to this location, this destination. I can't do that shit. All before you know it, you're not even thinking about what you need to do no more. You just telling yourself you can't do it. You feel me? It's crazy. And you don't even recognize it half the time. Like he said, recognize the difference between thoughts and thinking. It's huge.
And then the second thing that you did was think about it. You started thinking. You started going down a rabbit hole. Too many times we're getting stuck in this negative loop of thinking that it's hard to enjoy our natural state, which was just the thought. So before your mind runs rampant, be able to catch it and say, nah, we don't have to dwell on it. But this was the thought. This was what I originally felt without breaking it down. That small practice of just allowing myself to have thought versus thinking helped me be a lot more present. And what I realize is it doesn't matter where I am. There is peace within me when I'm not dwelling on the external.
At a point, we're not going to be here anymore. And it's like, I'm not going to remember anything I did. So I just feel like I'm just doing all this stuff just to die anyway. And I don't like thinking like that, because I know you have to live your life and stuff, and you gotta quote unquote accomplish this and that. But a lot of times, just be feeling like, for what though? And of course, like, I'm still gonna do it anyway, because I'm not gonna be like, for what, and then just go live on the fucking street. You know, I'm not gonna do that and then have the rest of my life just be miserable, you know, until like I'm not here on earth no more. But it's like, I be thinking that a lot, where it's like going to work or like talking to like a girl or something like that, whatever the case is, whatever it is, I be like, what's the point sometimes when I sit down and think about it? And I don't like having that mindset about a lot of stuff. Like, especially if I sit down too long and I don't keep myself occupied, I'll start thinking like that and then start being like, there's no point in this. So that's, for me personally, I think like I have to keep myself occupied enough to like not have that mindset, and maybe just like achieve more goals or long-term goals where I feel like I accomplished something. But I ain't gonna lie.
This is why I feel like we need a social media unplug, or internet unplug, or negative news unplug. Like, if you're gonna be on the internet, only consume the positive, because it's gotten to the point where all we are seeing is the negative sides of life. Remember what I said about the whole perspective thing. The only thing you are feeding your perspective is the perspectives of people that like to preach negativity, because negativity goes viral before positivity goes viral. You're going to see everything in a light of there's no point, because there's always a dark side to this. Rather than seeing life as a mission, rather than seeing life as a process,
An experience.
In most dating content is like, oh, men do this, men are trash, women do this, women are trash. So it's to the point where people don't want to date each other no more. You look on the news and politics, then messed up everybody's money. Racism has gone rampant. You know what I've learned how to do in this time? Lock my doors and enjoy me. You know, enjoy my family. Enjoy the love. I'm done proving myself to people. I'm done talking to people that I can't actually be myself. I want to live a life that's extremely fulfilled for me. And I had to be very clear of that direction. And to be clear of that direction, I had to clear up the smoke. The negative news, I don't want to hear that stuff. The people that always want to call me with their problems, I'm sorry, but there's a time and place for that. It's not every day. Go back to your core. One of the things I like to do when I'm feeling real bland is going back to something I enjoyed when I was a kid, such as like watching comedy or listening to comedy, just something to give me a laugh, listening to old music, or just going for a walk outside, but just unplugging from the world, because the world puts us in these states of just negativity. Everybody's on a search to go viral, but they don't realize what they're actually doing to the audience. All you're giving me is negativity. I turn your video off and I feel worse than I did when I turned your video on. So people, I say this, unplug. Enjoy the breath that's in your lungs. Close your eyes, put on some meditation on the TV.
I want to do that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. So I got my phone with me at every single point of the day, bro. When I'm in the gym, I'm changing my music. When I'm doing YouTube, or when I just posted a vid, oh yeah, I gotta market that hoe on my Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, right? Boom, I gotta do that. Chop up my videos, post that shit on TikTok. It's just a lot, my nigga. I'm checking my analytics to see how the last vid did. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Watching YouTube videos I can't even fucking focus on. So I'm constantly rewinding the videos, not even immersed in what I'm currently doing in the current moment. I can't even work, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel anxious when I'm not having music or listening to a video, a YouTube video in my ear while I'm working, because I don't like talking to niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying, at my job. And when I feel the awkwardness, because having the music playing or a video, that's kind of like, oh, I'm doing this, so I don't got to talk to these niggas. But when I realize that, hey, we all just, you feel me, in the same spot, and I'm not necessarily doing nothing else that wouldn't warrant me not talking to you, now I feel bad not talking to you. And then I get anxious, and I start feeling like niggas looking at me and judging me and shit. It's just, I done got so dependent on my phone in that regard, bro, that I really just want to be by myself and face all these thoughts and emotions head on, and realize that they might feel bad in a moment, but I always get through, like I always have. I wonder how I used to do this as a kid before I had my phone, the type of thoughts that went through that nigga mind. If I could go back and just really see what that nigga was on, bro, I would do that shit in a heartbeat. So I definitely want to try not being on my phone, bro. No cap.
TV and enjoy just
real talk. Duck off, read a book, watch some anime, chill, bro. Go to the gym, just listen to music, vibe. Put my phone on D&D. That music, that's the one thing that's never gonna go, my nigga. I'm sorry. Lil Uzi, that nigga, you know, that nigga be hard, man. He too tough. I can't live without Lil Uzi, no Diddy. But I just can't do it.
Have your thing outside of what the world is expecting of you. Nobody has to understand it.
My sister died a couple of years ago, right? She worked hard, 40 years, died at 60. She didn't get to spend a penny of her pension. I see a lot of people die, and all they say, rich people, and all they say is, enjoy your life. Because none of this, in the end, means nothing. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Enjoy your life.
Are you enjoying your life right now?
Absolutely. See my girlfriend?
I guess the real warning
Nigga
is
got
that
him a
you're
young
killing
John.
yourself. There's a silent killer in your life right now that's making you feel anxious, depressed, stressed, and a bunch of other heavy emotions. While these feelings can stem from other life events like losing someone or past trauma, you know, all that kind of stuff, it also stems from not being aligned with your purpose, not being aligned with the reason that you were put here. And so your job is to find your purpose so you can stop living in the rut that you wake up in every single day. I know it can be overwhelming and confusing to find your purpose, and that
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but the sooner you can turn around and face the fact.
Damn, why you cut that nigga vid, boy? That nigga was talking, man. Who is this nigga on the screen? That nigga remind me of Lester from GTA a little bit. Why was he replacing the nigga on the screen who was just talking about finding your purpose? I was enjoying that part, bro, because I'm trying to find mine. You know what I'm saying? I think I found it, but you know what I mean? Your purpose, you could really just like, cause like my purpose, like I could say it's YouTube, but no, YouTube is my means to achieving my purpose. But what really is my purpose? You know what I'm saying? If I had to describe it, I would say that my purpose is to be in the present moment, bro. Just to live in the present moment. To teach other niggas to live in the present moment. You feel me? Find happiness. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, something like that. Obviously, I haven't found it quite yet, but it's something along them lines. You know what I'm saying? But okay, we'll let my boy talk.
That you are the least common denominator in every problem in your life, the sooner you can snatch back the narrative and actually take control to shift your life in the direction that it is that you want it to go. Whether you like it or not, taking extreme ownership, radical accountability for every single thing that happens to you, even if you can't directly correlate or tie your actions to the outcome, gives you the highest likelihood of shifting the next outcome, the next situation in your favor. But when you project blame everywhere but inward, you completely relinquish yourself of control and opportunity to change it. So take extreme ownership.
I like that because if you don't like it, if you don't like how it feels, you change it.
No cap.
You change it. Too many of us are subconsciously living a life that we are told to live, or we believe this is how other people want us to live. We are charging up other people's batteries, leaving ourselves drained. Take full accountability of why your life is the way it is. Take a full accountability of why you feel the way you feel. The same way I said I was feeling like, what's the point in smiling? I had to go to the root. I had to go to the core of what is that feeling. I have ran so far away from being present. I ran so far away from being present. My mind kept going to the point I couldn't even sleep. If you would have told me to be present in that time, I wouldn't even know how to do that. I wouldn't even know why to do that. But it was my responsibility to find that so I can genuinely laugh again instead of trying to break down why is this funny. Instead of trying to break down, yeah, this is funny, but at the same time, we still got this stuff going on. Just be present. I mean, there's so many great moments. I could show y'all videos of third world countries and you will look in your life and say, how dare I? How dare I look at my life and say that it's not good? You know, it's not worthy. You would really say that to yourself. And I'm not discounting nothing that nobody is going through. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's perspective.
Yeah.
I recently was looking for a new house, me and my wife, because our family is expanding. And I have enough room for my whole family, don't get me wrong. But it was like, you know, if I could give my family something bigger, more room, all this and all that, you know, and it got to the point where like I really was thinking about it. Like, I need to do this. My perspective changed into a no, you need to do this. I had to get my surgery, started watching some videos on YouTube, other countries and stuff like that. And I'm not going to shout out no specific countries, but I'll just say this. The way they were living, I mean, you have people living on the floor, in a closet in the back of a store, man, woman, and they kids, and I'm over here stressing about buying a new house. I don't bring that up to discount what I was thinking, to discount my idea.
It's just, that's that rational thinking kicking in, right? Boom. It doesn't discredit how you feel. And this is something that I've learned from reading The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, right? Your emotions, you can't control how you feel oftentimes, bro, because the thoughts that you know what I'm saying, let dictate you, or at least when they go unchecked for long enough to the point where those emotions, like you get into a certain scenario or situation, or you start thinking a certain way, you automatically feel those emotions just off rip as a precursor. Like that's just a natural outcome from that. Then I forgot what the fuck I was saying. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Bro, what the hell? Oh yeah, right. So when you thinking of or when you having them emotions, right? How you feel, that's cool, right? And you can validate that. There's nothing wrong with feeling the way you feel. We have these emotions for a reason, bro, but just don't get caught up in that, John. Because if you want to get out of your emotions, you gotta fight emotion with logic. And that's the law of irrationality right there. Because if you're feeling a certain way or feeling a certain emotion in a certain scenario, but it doesn't make sense to you, you don't feel like you should be feeling that way in that certain scenario, then just think it through. Say, why am I feeling this way? There's no need for me to feel this way because I've always gotten through this situation over and over and over again. So there's no need for me to be feeling anxious, fucking scared, afraid, angry, sad, helpless. Like I've gotten through it time and time again, just like I will right now. And I'm still gonna walk out on the other side of this situation. So I shouldn't even be feeling this way. I'm cool that I feel this way, but it just doesn't make sense. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be all right. And I find that when I do that, when I think rationally about things, I'm able to just let go of whatever thought or emotion that I'm feeling, right? I'm able to disassociate and just live in the present moment. And I don't even realize the shift that happens, bro. Sometimes I just slip into like just a feeling of like, you feel me? Just contentment. Nothing bothers me. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm just living in the moment, and this is it, nigga. This is the goal right here. You feel me? It's great.
It changed my perspective of be appreciative of where you're at. There's so much greatness where you are. If they can find greatness in where they are, you should be able to find greatness in where you are. We're all capable of it. But the world has told us to live this certain kind of way, to constantly chase this certain kind of thing instead of just enjoying the now. That's another book that I read. It's called Power of the Now. It's a really good book.
Your life's purpose is not music or writing or saving the animals, awakening the masses, teaching middle school, whatever you think it is. Those are merely mediums for you to express your life's purpose.
Didn't I just say some shit like that? Yeah. Keep going, Queen.
There are so many people who don't have an innate talent or skill or have that innate passion and feel purposeless. However, none of those things are purpose. I want us all to understand that our only purpose here on this earth is to embody love and is to live this life as fully as we can. Everything else that we do is just an accessory to living and loving and an accessory for bringing us joy and activity here. But it's not our purpose. Many of us don't realize that we aren't actually living, that we aren't using all of our senses to their maximum capacity, that we aren't actually taking in all of the experiences that we find ourselves in every present moment.
Yo, this video is really calming me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Not only is she whispering in a great tone that makes everything easy to hear and is very comforting, but the sound of her stepping in whatever she's stepping in, it sounds like grass. I'm really enjoying it.
You have the choice to live in every second that you have breath, and you have the choice to exude love in all of those moments as well. Then, and only when you align with the direction of love, will you have found your life's purpose. your life's purpose.
Ferrari, but it's a motherfucker in a Honda wishing he had a Ferrari. It's a motherfucker riding a bike wishing he had a Honda. It's a motherfucker at a bus stop wishing he had a fucking bike. It's a motherfucker homeless on a bench wishing he had car fare to be on a bus because it's too fucking cold outside. It's a motherfucker in a hospital bed wishing he was fucking homeless to even walk because he's paralyzed. And it's a motherfucker dead, burning in hell right now, wishing he was fucking a paraplegic, so at least, even though his body don't work, his mouth work, and he'd be praying every motherfucking day, trying to avoid going to hellfire. Be grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful. And never let desperation change your destination. Never let frustration change your destination. Never let temptation change your destination. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, but it's worth it. God is hard, but he's not denying you. He's delaying you. And that delay is preparation.
That was hard.
No, that smart guy. I love his podcast. His
He was talking.
that he does. Go look him up, the smart guy. But anyways, y'all, I want to end this video out right here. All right. I hope this opened up somebody's eyes. I hope it gave you at least a shift, a small shift in your perspective of just trying to find the purpose in your right now.
Yeah.
All right. Stop trying to chase the thing for later and find the purpose in the right now and move what you can move. That is one of the keys. Only focus on what you can control. So many of us are trying to focus on the outcome. You cannot focus on the outcome. You can only focus on what you can do. Because by the time you get there, after you're done with the process, you may not even want the same outcome you want right now. So just enjoy the process of life. Just enjoy the process of whatever life and God is asking of you right now. And that's different for everybody individually. All right. So anyways, y'all, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. A lot of y'all have not hit the subscribe button.
WVid to my nigga Ty Boogie, man. My nigga. Shout out my boy. It's always a banger video when we tune into one of his vids, bro. But yeah, the key takeaway I got from this video is not to focus so much on what you feel like you need to do. Try to find purpose and fulfillment in the present moment. Align yourself with your purpose. And then once you do that, you won't feel lost because you know what your mission is, right? And then when you constantly plan out what you need to do to get there, not so much as to achieve the outcome, but to make you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, right? That's what you need to do right there. And that's the goal right there. You know what I'm saying? Because we all feel like just because of what we see in the world, what we feel like we have to achieve in this lifetime, bro. But the only thing you have to achieve in this lifetime is purpose, fulfillment, and alignment with yourself, my nigga. As long as you feeling good, that's really all that matters. As long as you're not doing no crazy stuff to no one else, harming no one else, then by all means, do you, man. Because that's been a big thing for me. I see what everybody else is saying that I should do, and I feel bad for not doing that. And I make excuses to myself like, yo, am I just being lazy? Am I telling myself, oh no, I don't got to do what you do because it's not for me? Is that just an excuse for me to be lazy or not do what I think is like challenging to do? Could be. But at the same time, I can already just feel that certain things aren't for me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? I want the money that come with it or the life that come with it. But I don't want the thing itself, right? So I would rather do my thing. And there's money on this shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't promised. I already got it. I just don't see it. My life, you know what I'm saying? It ain't manifested, caught up to my mindset yet, right? But it's there already, bro. So that ain't even the thing. I just got to get to it. And even that, I'm not too pressed to get to it. Because I'm enjoying the process, because I feel like this shit is my purpose and it gives me a sense of direction and fulfillment every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the important thing that matters. So we just gotta, you know what I'm saying, just try to find the beauty in the present moment. That's a big thing for me, bro, because my anxiety and everything else, my self-consciousness, it takes me out of the present moment so much, my nigga. That when I find myself living in the present, that's when I just feel the happiest, bro. No bullshit. When all my thoughts, or I wouldn't say my thoughts are gone, but they're not affecting me, right? They're not affecting me. I'm just living in a state of contentment and bliss. I'm not reactive to the positives and not reactive to the negatives. I'm just constant. That's beautiful, bro. In the present. Unbothered in the present moment. I love that shit, bro. I get addicted to that feeling, but I snap out of it. As soon as I think I got it, I snap out of it and then I get mad. But even that snapping out of it is a blessing because I could fall in love with that process all over again, nigga. It's all perspective, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Let me know what y'all thought of the video in the comments down below. Anything y'all want to say, like I said, leave a comment. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Love y'all. Peace.